were like rumblings about hammer being like okay again, acceptable again, good again, I was on the train of like fast hammer. I love fast hammer. I love Yumiko. I like Cassidy hammer. Wasn't a huge I didn't have a huge high opinion of the legend because blasters weren't good at the time, but it was still like Cassidy's hammer is fantastic. I love Hydek's hammer. That's why I love watching Flower play Yumiko, and I think there's a lot of room to go with this legend, and I want to see what Kaito's got for us.
Yeah, so currently Kaito's got a lot of damage. He's always putting out the lanterns as well after, you know, kind of thwart any chance of you trying to get a quick counterattack, and on top of that, jumping over him. Now that's the Flower special, bro.
Yep.
That's the, yeah. You got to do it back on the stage. The gravity cancel back on the stage is the one that's going to be hitting quite a bit. That side stick is absolutely insane. But so far, I mean, Kaito's been playing it pretty, I'd say pretty textbook.
Yeah, just really standard hammer gameplay. Fortunately, he doesn't find the neutral air follow-up. Off of that.
Okay. You are going to see quite a bit. Once we get over to the stats, seeing how many SIGs are coming out, just understand, like, yeah, like, some of these SIGs are just thrown. Like, they're just out there. Like, there's no intention of seeing those hit. It's just really zoning, if you will. So we're probably going to see about 406 thrown out, 12 of them hit, maybe.
Yeah, like, that's how you're supposed to play this legend. That is part of the reason of playing this legend, is to throw those out, control space with them, sometimes get a hit and the follow-up after, but most of the time it's just to control space.
Okay, ooh. All right, finally loses that first hammer, but look at that. Another hammer already back, and that was already primed. I didn't even see the first weapon toss to get that primed and on the way, but spend all the
gets
hammer
the landing on that too. Even with the whiff side air, SAC wasn't ready. He went in with the D-light. He was way too far to the right.
Okay. SAC right now having a hard time finding that stock. Finally does it. I mean, it's slow and steady, but does indeed get that stock finally. Kaito, though, gonna come back to the stage. Should have a bow next, but probably won't be using that too much. I think it's really gonna be about this hammer for most of this set for Kaito. Let's get some small hits here, though.
Oh, the point-blank weapon toss. I feel like Kaito in that moment was like, I'm going to hold on to this. Eventually, I'm going to throw it up when he starts coming forward. Oh, God, he's right here. I need to throw it here. Great timing on that, keeping himself safe. Getting right below that from SAC. Just hovering right along that wall underneath.
Okay, SAC managed to get through that time. I think he still got hit by the last one, though, before it actually disappeared. But a couple more. Jumping straight into it.
It was really good, like, control of his legend to get over and around the corner while still being below the lanterns. He did eventually jump into it, but before that, like, being able to stay that low while also being able to come around the corner at the same time shows a lot of control in his movement.
Okay. Getting a stock right there with the neutral light of the bow as well, too. Again, I'm not seeing too much bow, but when you do swap over to your weapon, you're still able to get at least your one KO option. That feels nice. He's going to get back to the stage here. Managed to do a nice reverse recovery just in case.
Almost had the timing on that D-light from SAC. He was going to look for the D-light ground pound to tap that one in, but he couldn't get it in time. It's just a little bit too late. There's the N-Sig, the classic. Oh, and went for the perk, a pivot down air as well. Off of the signature so he can cover the wall and cover right above the stage.
Dude, I mean, he covered a lot of space when you with that little maneuver, man. The neutral sig covering if he tries to jump over that perfect pivot down air, just in case his head was a little too close to the ledge. But luckily, SAC was able to get well under that. SAC, though, not in the best spot for trying to make a comeback. Already at 161, and he has not been able to find a hit yet, and is just getting straight walled off now with these lanterns.
Okay, there's a two-piece, but he does miss the dare. Lucky for him, Kaito doesn't find the stomp after while SAC was still airborne. What is Kaito looking for? Is he just going to look for a stomp? Yeah, he is. Okay. Because SAC was playing like enough in the air, he would only touch the ground for just a small amount of time so that he could refresh his jumps and everything before going back up into the air. He was high enough to where like a regular stomp wasn't going to have an aerial enough hitbox to cover him. So is that going to push Kaito into going for like a GC D-light? He hasn't really been doing that at all so far in the game, so I don't know if that's really in his hammer wheelhouse. It may be, but he hasn't shown it yet. He hasn't played that card. So yeah, like I understand why SAC was floating around in the air. If Kaito wants to like jump up and hit just like a raw hammer side air, I think the frame data is going to favor SAC's reaction time, and he'll be able to get away from that in time. So yeah, it was like, what is Kaito going to do? Is he just going to look to punish a landing? Is he going to start throwing out the wisp, since that's like in the area where SAC is, but again, you can still react to that. So it was ultimately that stomp that he was looking for.
Dude, God, I mean, honestly, I am definitely super digging the way that Kaito has been able to play this match, though. But it's now up to SAC to really try to get through this onslaught of, one, the Lanterns, and two, just the way that Kaito's been playing. It hasn't been any, like, really major hits. In fact, I think I've seen more neutral light than anything else in comparison to...
a lot of neutral light.
Yeah, in comparison to what I'm normally used to seeing from hammers, you know? But it's working out. So, definitely working out indeed. Oh, no, don't tell me I didn't know the stats. I'm sad if I didn't. Oh, man. Well, regardless.
There's a really low recovery and the weapon toss. And he was going down for another one and he gets reversed on because of that. Oh, no. Kaito might have made a grave mistake there going back in. That's really tough.
He's trying to be him, bro. Like, you're already him enough. You got the first game. You pushed him way back down there. I don't even know if he actually needed to get down there, but look at this reversal. That's not a lot of damage that he was able to get onto SAC now. However, he is starting to add up just a little bit. 114 to the 69, but that does mean that SAC is pretty much caught up right now and on a second stock. Got my man playing on the bow a lot. Finally gets out of that. Hold on.
Yeah, one thing we haven't quite seen from SAC, like he does have a massive lead, so I don't want to brush over that without paying attention to it. But we haven't really seen him do anything that you're like super looking for when someone locks in a Mordex. No major gauntlet strings. We haven't seen like huge offstage engagements that he's been winning out because of that. He's mostly been the one like stuck on the wall while Kaito's on the main stage, so that takes away the edge guard angle. We haven't really seen the big scythe strings as well. Like it's just been solid damage, and then specifically this game, like Kaito basically threw his stock away, and SAC was able to capitalize on that.
And he's right back. He's back in the game. Not even 10 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
He's past him in damage that quick. SAC, play the game. SAC, get back in here,
He's
brother.
in a tough spot.
Oh, wow. I don't think he got a single hit in that. I'm pretty sure he just got straight bodied for that entire stock.
That's so tough. Kaito's going to have weapon advantage here. SAC grabs the gauntlets. It's just a sidelight. Another just a sidelight, but then he waits long enough so that he can get the recovery after the dodge comes out from Kaito and he gets the stock off the top. We're back to even.
Dude. That 100% would demoralize me, man. I would not be feeling good. Now, he does have a little bit of a lead here, but the fact is that lead was twice as big, if not 3 times as big, a quick second ago. In fact, they're in even footing right again on this last stock.
That was a crazy side sig from Kaito, hoping he would just like happen to arrive at the side sig in spot when SAC was falling down to the ground. Like he still had movement options, so he could jump to get away from it. He had a dodge, he could get away from it. So just kind of an interesting move coming out from Kaito at like not a point where it would KO or really even make a major difference in the game.
Okay. Like the movement here from SAC, though. I mean, he still could manage to go ahead and steal a game here. And this is how you do it. I like that. Got the read, got a little extra damage, but not the full follow-up that he probably wanted off that. Ooh. Okay. Did not like Kaito's positioning there. Luckily, still living. Ooh.
Oh, Kaito's able to grab the bow. I was hoping that SAC was going to weapon starve. The neutral air, not enough to do it. Another one, like 1-2 jump heights up, will probably do it. See if he hunts for a D-light into the nair, but no, SAC is just barely able to close that one out. 596 damage from Kaito, and he still didn't find all the KOs there. So we're seeing the bow players struggle to KO. It's really high damage numbers before they're able to find stocks.
Man, and I think, honestly, if Kaito did not go out there for that crazy play, like, he would have had to do that same recovery just to the wall. Not even sure if he would actually fully made it, but that was an easier ground pound for you to hit instead of, you know, going for the double recovery. And that kind of will put him back there, but on that second stock, made it all back. Now, imagine if you had your first stock when you did that. That was a solid lead to hold, but it is what it is. You know, that's hindsight 2020. You still made the best that you could out of that game. Now we move into our third game here.
Kaito really thinking about this one. He knows he doesn't want to go to Mos Eisley. Doesn't want to play with the really high ceiling. Taking out some of the other high ceilings as well. We're going into Demon Island, and we see a double legend swap.
Wow.
SAC swapping over onto the Teska, and Kaito playing Bodvar. What is it with Bodvar now?
I think, well, you said that the hammer's good.
Yeah.
The hammer is definitely good. I think if you're, you know, I love sword, me sword, then sure, right? You know, Bodvar's still got some pretty good sigs as well, too. You still got a sword in hand. Outside of that, I can't tell you. I mean, he's got middle of the road stats. That's always super nice. But yeah, you know what? He's the main character of the game. That's what it is.
It's just
That's
like,
what it is.
no, Taros is the main character of the game nowadays.
Well, yeah.
It's just a little bit interesting because I was talking to Akno earlier, wondering who he was going to play. Okay, can SAC confirm this edge guard here with a ground pound? No, he just goes back onto the main stage so he can grab another D-light. He went for the D-light into the dare rather than the true combo side air there, hoping he could force a further edge guard, something that he wasn't able to do when he was playing Mordex previously.
Ooh. Okay. My man's out the way. Okay, good. Gets right back to the other side. On the other side of things, SAC, though, swapping over to the Tesca. I mean, that's definitely a common pick right now. Tesca has been holding it down since pulling up into this game. Boots and gauntlets as well.
Yeah, it definitely feels like if you're a gauntlet player and you want to play gauntlets, but your gauntlets aren't quite doing it, just play Tesca. Because you have the SIG kit. You have like battle boots, which can do a lot of things similarly, but also you have the SIG kit on boots as well. First stock is going to go to Kaito. He's going to be able to knock out just a little bit earlier with Sword Delight Recovery. There's the in-light to start things off and the side-light follow-up. Dude, that was already like 34 damage.
I think also, too, I mean, although a lot of Kaito's gameplay from, oh, wow, her, Frankenstein or Hurricanrana out of that stock. But yeah, one of the a lot of that damage that we saw earlier was on the lanterns. I feel like in that second game they didn't show up as nearly as much.
Definitely.
And so now he's just like, okay, well I could just go ahead and play the hammer. His hammer's still pretty solid. Oh my god, can he play at all right now? Almost getting scooped up. That definitely wouldn't have sent past that blast zone if he got that big giant swing. Okay, hold up, sword.
Okay, he's throwing D-Sig. All right, never mind. I'm back on board. That's my boy. He's heard the Sparky 878 Bovar commentary. He knows how good that D-Sig is. And he knows people aren't expecting it. He just got to use it at the right time, and it'll change everything. TK, trust me.
I do love a little Bovar D-Sig.
Trust me.
When I had to do my color challenge, please believe that was getting thrown out at the edge. All right, getting sent out on the left side from that down heavy, though.
Yeah, nice one.
Here we go. SAC currently is hurting, but no weapon in hand here for Kaito.
Yeah, I also love the Hurricanrana based on how Kaito and SAC have like mostly been playing the set so far, where it's like SAC on the blast zone side and Kaito more inside. So with Hurricanrana, you can all of a sudden grab him and whip the other direction, and then all of a sudden
you got to fight your way back.
Ooh, those weapon tosses are sending really far. He went for it. He was at like 190 damage. It was basically done anyway. I don't totally fault him for going for that down air. Although, like, he is coming back to like only 43 damage on this Kaito stock. So, like, it is still scary. And it's 41 damage to 43. That changed it, equalized it just there. Now he's behind.
I mean, straight up.
Oh, he moved the double.
Oh, my. And the walk forward, too. The confidence on that walk forward to know that he's going to get that double. SAC is definitely losing the momentum in this game. He is just getting scooped up. This hammer has done it all. Wait a minute. All right. It's kind of... Oh!
That KO, I thought it might not do it because it's from the wrong side of the stage, but it's still... It has an unbelievable amount of force on it. You used to be able to KO with that back in the day, like super early. If you were recovering back to the stage and they were like right on the corner, you hit them in like late yellow, and you're KOing someone in Miami Dome.
Bro, say you're coming this way, man. That's another Taros-esque throw right there for sure with the amount of force that you saw on that. But yeah, gets him all the way from the other side of the stage to the left blast zone. That's got to feel good. Yeah, that was that last, I'd say 20 seconds on that hammer absolutely ran that game. SAC had a very good game all the way into that last moment. You know, he did go for the Hail Mary down air. Didn't work out for him. I also don't fault him for it. Had Kaito held that ground pound for like a split second longer, that definitely would have hit.
SAC's a genius.
Yeah. SAC's absolutely a genius.
He's the greatest player of all time. If he goes for that in that moment, he's the greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
If he misses it, he loses the game off.
Oh,
yeah. So that's just, it's hindsight's 2020. It's really tough. He's also going to make another decision to go back over to the Mordex while Kaito's going to stay on this Bodvar. The Bodvar hammer, so scary.
Right. Yeah, very big fan of his hammer play just in general. I mean, across the Bodvar and the Yumiko, but as of now, I feel like we're seeing a little more standard hammer because you don't have the silliness of the Yumiko SIGs, but you still have your hammer fundies, and they are showing up majorly.
Man, he still isn't able to KO off of that. He's able to find these KO options, but they're so like far on the other side of the stage that like last game again, I think it's another game where Kaito did 594 damage, so almost averaging 200 damage per stock. That's something that I worry about. Like, you have hammer. You should be KOing earlier. I feel like that's a little bit of a glaring error. He may be able to beat SAC with that, but I don't know if his next opponent is going to let him win that way.
I feel like something snaps into Kaito where he just like hits the speed force, bro. Like I feel like in that last part or the last like 20 seconds of that first stock, he just started moving like twice as fast as SAC was, and now he's back to speed force level 1. But if he starts to get a little momentum, definitely expect that speed force level to go up. So right now though, we're pretty even. SAC starting to take a little more damage of that deficit starting to build. Okay, scooped. Scooped actually this time around from SAC, but not able to do anything with that really.
Oh, he wasn't able to find the punish right after that jump either. He couldn't find the down air on SAC, who just came over the corner. There's the jump side air. The weapon toss goes out. He's throwing away that sword. Does not want to play that weapon whatsoever. There's the inlight that should do it at 197 damage, even from the edge, or it's especially from the edge, excuse me.
Kaito and SAC one more time clean. Okay, dances around him. Sees him on the other side. Oh my, here it is.
Okay, all of a sudden.
Here it is, B-Force 3, bro. He's going crazy.
Yup. Stomp side air. Ooh, went for the recovery read there on SAC going over his head.
All right, SAC has just been getting, I mean, he has just been getting found out every time. Don't know if he's going to make this back for free. Does manage to at least touch the wall.
You cannot let him do that for free, Kaito. Please, brother. You even did the bear taunt. Come on, man.
I thought, yes, it seemed like that was just the most easily lined up ground pound. Well, here it is.
Okay.
Here it is.
Thank you.
The most easily lined up ground pound. He does delay it a little bit. About 10 seconds later, we do find it. And that is going to be Kaito with the W. But not, oh, that's actually it. I forgot. That one of those games must have went way too fast. I thought we were 2-1 right there. But no, that's it. Kaito taking the set. Going to keep it moving here. Now going into the losers quarters of things, or the elimination quarters, to see if he can get into the elimination semis.
Yeah, I'm still